Let's talk about financial climate right now. Stephen Buden's here with some post-election buzz.
Yeah, well, here we go.
Yeah,
The election's over.
Fourth question is, where are we going?
Well, that's the question. The election's over. We talked last week about how they'll grandstand each other to see about reaching that middle ground. We'll see what happens. I know this week we have the president meeting with the Republican leaders. I think he's meeting with some union leaders. He's meeting with some corporate executives this week. So meeting after meeting. But, the talk is cheap. Let's see if they can come to some agreement that something needs to get done fairly quickly. 7 weeks from today, December 31st, that fiscal cliff we've talked about is going to be reached. And that fiscal cliff is the combination of the Bush tax cuts, unemployment benefits, defense spending cuts. Basically, the whole bowl of soup gets put into play, and there's all kinds of economic displacement.
Okay, we know we have the president around for 4 more years, but Congress, some of these Congress people are lame ducks.
Yeah.
And some of them will say, I want to do the right thing and do whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
And some of them will strike a blow for liberty for their own party, and they get very controversial. I'll put it that way mildly. How's that going to play into everything?
The number one deal for a politician is to get reelected, so they have to work on the folks that are not running for reelection. And why can't they do the right thing if they're running for reelection? I never understood that, because you're basically making some tough choices here. But I think I think when the business leaders show up this week and really tell the White House there's over $1 trillion waiting to be put to work, but we're not doing anything until we get some clarity over this, maybe that'll be the splash of water in the face they all need. But it's incredible how business folks I speak to all say the same thing. We're not doing anything until we see this resolved. So why don't they do it now? Why can't they do it now versus the end of the year or even into next year? I mean, I've read reports where they're willing to let it go over the fiscal cliff,
right, exactly,
and then they'll fix it later. Why do they do this charade? I'm asking.
That's why you're here.
I only deal with the economics. That's easier than the politics.
Okay, great. This is the season for retail.
Yeah.
And a lot of retailers we hear are taking on extra help more than usual.
Yeah.
What's the prognosis?
Well, the prognosis so far is okay, but the one thing that I find interesting in these holiday sales, and I'm sure we'll be doing stories on this, the big box retailers, Walmart, Target, a lot of them have come out and said they're opening on Thanksgiving Day, not even at midnight. So how far they could push this back? I heard 8 p.m. Walmart will be open, Target. Right. So what do? You go from your Thanksgiving dinner right to the store. And what it will do is it'll just front load the sales. If you're looking for, I know you love to do this, so you go out at midnight, you're looking for your flat screen TV.
Can't wait to get out.
You'll buy it at 8 p.m. versus at midnight. So they're basically just opening earlier to try to get more people to come into the stores. But I think it's an indication of how desperate the retailers are, because they're really just slitting each other's throats.
And a lot of people say, okay, the electronics are a good deal when you first go through those doorbusters, whatever they call them.
Yeah.
But as the season progresses, that's when the really deep discounts
Right.
happen. And so it's really, for as much
right.
fun as it may be for
that
people
fun,
like
by the way?
Lisa, I have no clue.
Well, I know Lisa loves it too.
Lisa loves it too, but do you really gain anything by camping out for 6 hours to get into Walmart to get an iPhone? I don't know.
A lot of folks, I think, enjoy the thrill of the chase, but you're really not getting that great of a deal, especially this year when, again, the retailers have all come out saying they'll match each other's prices. They're really just desperate to get you into the store, and they're slicing margins, and that will have an impact on the ultimate result after January, but at this point it's a fight for survival. And last but not least, I just wanted to wish everybody happy Veterans Day.
Yeah,
you guys are the best. You protect our freedom, so here's to you.
Here, here. We second that motion wholeheartedly. Lisa?